Gozaimasu. Yes, everyone, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Another video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. And today I'm coming to you, we are coming to you from the land of Nakamura. And today's property that I found today, I think might be the best deal I've seen in a few years in Japan. I think it's just an amazing deal. But before we get there, let's look at some pictures here of Yokohama. And I worked in Yokohama for I think about 10 years, even more, really even 15 years, because I used to work in the Japanese wedding business and I would be in Yokohama, generally speaking, twice a month. This is Minato Mirai. This is the landmark tower. Uh, it's really cool. This is sort of the downtown area of Yokohama. Well, you can see that Shizuoka there in the background with Fuji right there. And that'll be obviously taken in the wintertime. If you didn't know, like, you don't really, can't really see Fujisan from the summertime, in the summertime, or past the winter. The winter in Japan is generally clear every day, and yeah, just Yokohama is just a great place, man. I just loved working there, and I loved. I was just even there a few months ago, and it's always great to go there. Um, the streets of Yokohama are really cool, as you can see right here, and there's so many. Like it's really like it's the downtown area is sort of like compact, but also like so many different diverse things that you can kind of do there. I just love it. There you go. Like again here, Minato Mirai landmark tower right there. I'm coming back to it, but also like as you know, like uh, Yokohama has a great Chinatown area, which is probably some pictures here of the Chinatown area right there. I always found that Yokohama and Kobe really remind me. They're sort of port towns. Really, really big port in Yokohama. uh, there's a really cool picture of the Chinatown sort of at nighttime and stuff like that. I'm not the hugest fan of the Chinatown area. I prefer like down here, like where, oh, let's go this one. Someone got a video here. Looks like this is the amusement park that's in little amusement park that's in Minato Mirai. And recently in Yokohama, they have also what's known as Skyway. Oh, cool. That's cool. There you go. Sea Mountain or something like that. They have like a skyway. There's this really kind of uh there was a girl here took one picture. Oh, that's that one girl there being beautiful there. There was a skyway picture right here where this girl here. This is what Yokohama has recently built, and there's this sort of, I call it a skyway, but I guess it's like what is this called? Like a lift area where you can kind of like take this sort of lift over the harbor of Yokohama. And the harbor of Yokohama used to be like a port, but now it's this really kind of like postmodern, big commercial mall, and I just really like it. It's really cool. And the downtown area of Yokohama too had really, because it was such a big port during the Meiji time. They built all these really cool brick buildings and stuff like that. So it has really kind of cool architecture. There's a really great place called the Akarenga, which is like, I guess it would have been an original like a warehouse and stuff like that for the offloading of goods to Yokohama. And that's a really great tourist area right now. And as I said, like there's a lot of older buildings here in Yokohama. Anyhow, this house that we're going to look at today, it's a house, not an apartment. This house that we're going to look at today is right here, and I will not forget to share the tub. Uh, is right here, dead smack in the middle. This is Yokohama Station right here, okay? And this is Hiranuma Bashi Station. This was another sample in the market that I sort of clicked up here, and if you look at it, uh, it is 5,000 man. And this one here that we're going to look at today, obviously the fact that it's cheaper means the qualitatively it's less than this one, but its relation to the station and what you get to me is phenomenal. There's another, this one we're going to look here today is Nissan 280万, and there's a little blue one over here, and this one is Isan 100, 180万. So yeah, even cheaper. But I like this one because it's all ready to go. And it's all ready to go and it's in really nice shape. So I have the listing ready and we will cut to it right there. And I will not forget to share the tab. As you can see right here, it's Nissan or 2,280 man. Nissan 280万. Okay, right there. And I'll go to the original picture. It's nothing really special, but it's a great location. And it's just a great looking house. I thought I'll try to expand these pictures and make them bigger as we go through there. Where you can see it was listed as a 1 LDK and 37. I think it was 37 meters tall. But this is a house. It is a house, and it is a captured house though. So what I mean, it's in between. It's in the middle of a cluster of homes right there, and everything's been redone and a phenomenal. This is kind of a listing I think I'd like to get. Yeah, it's really good. It's just nice. And you can see here by the pictures, though, you'll see that there's a house here and a house there as well. But you have some light here coming in. So this is, I think, a great listing. That's there's the unit bathroom, all updated right there, and the semendai, and just before you go into the shower room right there. So it has a separate toilet. The entryway right there, with the stairs going up there to the right, continue to go up. There more closet space. They're just this is an indoor laundry machine, place for the laundry machine, updated toilet, and I guess this would be the bedroom upstairs. Uh, Dishwasher here. This dishwasher is really popular of late in all these sort of recent renovations and new builds. Most of the places are putting this sort of standard dishwasher system, and even 10 years ago that wasn't standard, but it's now become sort of standard now. And they're just showing you the light system here. One thing I thought you could do as an improvement thing, could you build like a roof balcony now on top to do your laundry? That's a question I had with a little ladder going up. This is the state of the apartment. So you say it's a taisho taisho buken, or the how or the property in detail. That's a good word there. Taisho, by the way. And buken is these two kanjis here are for property. Buken, okay, and you can see it's captured. So you know that there's houses basically on every direction. But it looks like here on this little path that you'd have to your house here, and you might have enough room to just put your bikes here, so that you could have an e-bike and you could basically access everything you needed in Yokohama. I think it's a really neat sort of and that's the original Madore. And you see that there is a north facing, a south facing. So we're guessing here that the best light during the day would, oh, and that window right there would likely bring in some pretty good light right there, then right there. So that's a good thing right there. And you can see too, the window is, I guess, particularly on the second floor. This would probably have some pretty good light. I'm guessing you'd have to come in or tour the space, or if you're coming from abroad. Don't forget, this is the land of Nakamura, and this is where Nakamura is really strong. And we could go look at this today, for example. Anyhow, let's look here. Let's click off this one here and go down into the information here in the listing, known as the Joho Buken Joho. There's Buken is property. Buken Joho. You see that it's a 10-minute walk from Yokohama Station, a 5-minute walk from Hiranumabashi Eki right there. And this is Tobe. This is Tobe Eki, 8 minutes from there. So this is a really great location. This is a really great price. An older house with everything in it. All the systems here are working as indicated by this part of the listing right there. Other things that you could look at right here in the listing: 1 LDK, 36 meters, I guess, 47 or 36 meters of land, excuse me, 41 meters of property in the house, so 20 and 20 laid on top of each other. Built 1970, my birthday, 1970, January 1970. Again, a house that's either the same age or older than me. Oh, it's killing me. Okay, here we go. Wooden house right there. Wooden house right there. Show you can, which is ownership. You have ownership of the property, as mentioned by the customer the other day, Sister C. Okay. In this model, you have ownership of the house on top of the land, and you also have ownership of the land underneath the house. And interesting part of this one, it's Shoryo Chiki, which is it's commercially zoned. So if you tried to go after that Airbnb license, you could very well get it, because this is the hard part to get it. It's commercially zoned, but will the neighborhood manager, which is known as Kinjo Kaicho, will he allow you to get that license without you knowing him? Oh, that could be challenging. I don't know. Anyhow, there you go. That's the sort of the details or the skinny on the listing right there. But let's go back here to the location. Have a look at it. Um, we know here, as pointed out, Yokohama Station right there. This is here, uh, Hiranumabashi, and Tobe Station is right down here. So this is a really great location. We'll move in a little bit closer, and we can actually see in here closer to the listing right there. Of by the way, I've this is a grocery store right here, and there's like a bunch of grocery stores basically everywhere here. You basically want for nothing right there. Your convenience is basically the ultimate. I'll try to land us in here on the street right here, and you can see these are all like single family housing in here and smaller buildings, which is where the sort of development is going to happen in Yokohama. This is where it's going to happen. Where it's easy, and I'm just not talking to you with a bunch of BS. I'm going through experience. Where development happens in Tokyo is where, or even Yokohama, is where the location crosses the point where it's easiest to do. Okay, and this location is really good. And to bring on more supply and to bring on a tower or anything like that, especially in a place that's zoned commercially, is not as challenging for politicians to do. Don't forget, the Japanese politicians are in the pockets of the development companies and the banks, and they're the people that make this happen. Anyway, did I land this good enough here to to I guess I have to back us up a little bit here to see I think the house is saying that this is the house, which is not the house. What but specifically meaning the house of this one house is stuck here, is captured in the back here. Whether the access lane is on this lane or on the road behind it, I think it's probably on the road behind it. By the way, is this a Lions Mansion right here? Looks to be a Lions Mansion right here. Is that a Lions Mansion? I'm not really sure. But that was a the color. That's probably not a Lion's Mansion because Lion Mansions generally use a different. This is a rental mansion, by the way. By the way, this is what would be known as a chintai buken, and then this are all like probably eight or 10 10 tatami apartments. So like that's ultimately, let's say this building was built in the early 1990s, right? Originally, in the 1990s, there was probably three houses here. The three houses were approached by a development company, okay, and they tore the houses down and they built this building. So this is what could possibly come to the neighborhood. Other things that you can look at in this listing, we'll come back here to the map and we'll talk about its ultimate, such a really great location. Okay. Like if you've ever been here to Yokohama, this is a very beautiful park down here that's known as Rinko Park. That's a good word to know too. Rinko, like Rinkai Sen. And it means like a long. And if you drop it in here, you'll see this park here by the ocean is really good. And you'll see, like, do you see any drug addicts on the streets? Any drug people shooting up with their pipes like you see here in downtown Vancouver? Oh, Vancouver's so great. Yeah, Vancouver's so great. Yeah, uh, it's a really great place. And there's so many places to discover, and you have access to all kinds of transportation. The Shinkansen you can take from Shin Yokohama, which is just a 10-minute ride away from Yokohama Station. Yokohama Station, if you've ever been to it, it's just a absolutely hopping station. I worked in Yokohama so long, so I'm a really big fan of it. And Nakamura happens to think that Yokohama is the real future of Japan. That's his sort of opinion. This is Minato Mirai, if you've ever been to, which is a great place full of like the sort of brand new towers and stuff like that, like all this sort of huge sort of towers, and we'll try to capture you. See, I brought us in right beside the landmark right there, and this neighborhood is all full of these sort of modern towers, and that could be where uh, that sort of future, like I always talk about it in other videos, tower, these go to tower buildings right there. These are the gold right now of Japanese real estate. And they where they do is they sort of cross location. They just go where the locations are because people want to be in the most popular sort of location. So in a sort of place like or a house like this one within it with its placement near Yokohama, a future tower could actually you could hit the lottery on this one. You'd buy a house, own a house in Japan, and over your lifetime, the fact that I think that redevelopment might come to a location like this, and that's where you start to get 20 and 30x and stuff like that. So this house that you bought for 220 could be worth at that point $3 million. So maybe it's not 20x, it's like 15x or something like that if you get lucky. So anyway, it's another cool video here for the Tokyo real estate man. Happy to bring it to you. We could look at some other things here. The total price on this listing, if you were to get it here in US dollars, $146,000. And other things we could look at would be come here. If you're coming from Japan and you're domestically working in Japan, if you've been smart enough, and you should be smart enough to have saved some money, if you have a down payment of 600 man, okay, you could buy this house on finance at the 35 flat. This is the calculation I'm going to do for the first 5 years. And the first 5 years of the loan right now on the 35 flat is 0.86%. So your payment or your month to month payments on a property like this one would be 460, 460 or four, like this is Yoman Roksen, but in Canadian dollars, 460 or 450 Canadian dollars to own this house. This is absolutely unheard of in places like Vancouver and over financialized economies of North America. So the drag, the drag, as I always put on owning this house, would be $60 a month, and the savings portion would be $400 a month. It's an absolute no-brainer. Anyways, another video by the Tokyo Real Estate Man coming to you again from Yokohama, where girls still want to be beautiful. You can see though, where I laugh at this right now. This looks to be like a foreign woman here in Japan somewhere on her Instagram trying to be beautiful. Okay. You can see also there's another one there if you didn't know, like the Yokohama has a really great soccer team, the Yokohama Marinos, and they have their practice facility right there in downtown Yokohama. My friend Jason, actually, who used to play for Tauntington, is a coach for the Yokohama Marinos, and they're really a top team. Anyhow, I'm very happy to bring this video to you about this great deal in Yokohama today. Are you interested in property in Japan? You can always come here to the Instagram, Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website. This is my Instagram right here, or Shibuya Republic. You can DM me there. Uh, Failing that, you can always come to the website, Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website, as is pointed out here. I love it. Tokyo Real Estate Man dot website. And you can put a mail through the contact box, which I'm not convinced is always working. So I went old school, and you can put my email, which is listed here on the top. You can always just send me an email there. Anyhow, thank you for taking the time to watch this channel. It's been 最近このチャンネルちょっと元気になってるでしょう。サブスクライバーの数が、もう増えてるでしょ。今200の上、嬉しいでしょ。このチャンネルいつも応援するとか、プラスコメント、マイナスコメントでも問題ない。いつもこのチャンネルの見るの時間、ありがとう。あと、よろしくね。この動画で、ここでもう終わりです。